Anybody know which week is next week? Next week? Oh, Beth, what's that? Harvest. People in the congregation should have known that. There's all the screen, tools and tins and all sorts of things for next week. Next week is harvest. And harvest is a time when we say thank you to God for all the things that he's given to us, for lots of different things. And I thought it was too big a thing to think about next week. And anyway, I have no idea what Neil's going to talk about next week. So I just wanted to get in a week ahead and have a little think about saying thank you. And what really prompted me to do this was this book, which I've got here, which is called 1000 Gifts. And it's a book I've been reading over the summer. And it's written by a lady who was finding things quite hard. She was finding her relationship with God quite difficult. She was getting bogged down in things. And she was prompted to make a list of 1000 gifts from God. And she started to write them down. And some were big things, and some were little things. Oh, I don't know. Kisses in the dark with her children was one. Thank you for bandages and pain relief when somebody had had an accident. The moonlight was another one. Every day she wrote them down. She did find it harder and harder to get towards her 1000, but she got there. And she wrote this book because she really felt that writing down these 1000 gifts changed her life, and it changed the way she felt about God, because she started seeing God in more and more things. And she set up a website to do with this, and it's a whole community of people who are trying to look for God's gifts in things. We're trying to look around them every day and see, where is God? What is God doing? When somebody is kind to you, they see God in that person's actions. When they see something beautiful, they see God's gift in that beauty. Because all good and wonderful things truly do come from God. Now next week, when it's harvest, me and some of the bigger girls are going to set up a thing downstairs where people can have post-it notes, and we can stick them on after the service next week and say thank you to God for gifts that he's given to us. But ask me to do that next week. I said, oh, you need time to prepare, so I have homework for everyone. Because I'm a teacher, and I love homework. I hate marking it, but I do like giving it. And I've got some little booklets. Now, you don't have to do these. As I always say to my children when parents roll their eyes and say, homework, I do say, well, you could just talk about it instead. You don't want to write it down. But I've got some little books, and they're called 7 Gifts, Good and Perfect. And they've got the same picture, or similar to that, a little nest with some eggs in. And it goes through from Sunday all the way through to Saturday. And I've got some simpler ones for the children, which I'm going to give out at the end of Sunday school, that have just got the days of the week on. And the children can just draw a picture each day to say thank you to God for something. But for grown-ups, who might have a little bit more spiritual time going on, there's 7 points for each day, 7. And it challenges you to try and think of 7 things every day to say thank you to God for, and just jot them down in your little booklet. As I say, you don't have to do it. But Anne really found her 1000 gifts. It was hard work, but it was a wonderful blessing to her. And I think the more that we think about what God is giving to us, the closer we feel to God, and the more wonderful things are. So there's some of these in the basket at the back of the church. And if we run out from the basket there, I'll have some in the coffee bar afterwards. So if you would like to take one of those and have a think, and then next week, have a look for our poster where the post-it notes are, for putting up anything that you would like to share with the whole congregation on the wall after the service. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Yes? No one's looking too terrified at me, which is always a plus side. The children are going to go out to Sunday school in a moment. And after they've gone, obviously you're going to continue all worshipping together. But as we're going to go out, we're going to sing something together as a prayer. And it's actually the chorus from We Plough the Fields and Scatter, which we may or may not sing next week for harvest, I don't know. But we're just going to sing the chorus, because this is really the key to everything. All good gifts around us come from God. Everything good and wonderful and true is a gift from God. So let's sing this together before the children leave.